Hiya, YouTube. Welcome on in. Can you say La Toxica? I can't hear you, YouTube. Can you say La Toxica? Welcome back to Makeine, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to be here. I'm so excited to jump into episode number 7. Talk about character dynamics and how much this show has just been evolving consistently. It's been absolutely beautiful. And some themes we've already touched on, right? Which is great. But on other themes and on other sides of things, it's like we gotta understand that we gotta let a story play out from time to time. It's not like we gotta touch on every single little thing and explore it for 5 hours. We can let people come to their own conclusion and then backtrack and go from there, right? Just to go off of it, because some people are expecting like 8-hour analysis of something, when it's like, hey, you know what? It's interesting just to see the interpersonal dynamics inside of that. Anyway, let's go. Let's jump right into it. Oh no. Whenever someone's done this, a friend or something, I already know I'm about to stay up for the next 2 to 3 hours listening to their long story conversations about issues and stuff going through their life, even though I just went downstairs just to grab a drink of water and head back up to knock the fuck out. I already know this, that next 2 to 3 hours is just gonna be me being like, it's okay, you're doing fine, things will get better, like therapy mode coming up. Either that or you're about to have an uncomfy conversation. Oh, but nonetheless, I still love the fact that, like, they're there. Paid by the hour, I wish. I'm going to ask a question here. Hold on. After this intro. My cat. Chat, what do you prefer, warm water or cold water? And I'll tell you guys what, I prefer cold water. And I know this might sound weird and whatnot, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, for me, get me water that, like, I'm going to feel going down my throat, my esophagus, like nice cold, refreshing. I don't know how some people drink warm water. I'll be honest with you. Warm water just, ooh. Oh, for protagonist, room temperature Relosia. Cold water to drink, warm water for protagonist. Always cold. Give me that brain freeze. Yeah. I don't know. It's just I had a friend that loved warm water, and I was like, how do you do it? Like, warm water for me just makes me regurgitate, not the nicest way ever. Cold. It feels it cools my system down. Right. Absolutely. Anyway. Ooh, what an interesting first aspect here. Are you a glass half full or a glass half empty type of person?
さっきちょっと走ってくるって出て行ったよ。
こんな時間に。この間のこと、焼き塩と話した。
なんか良くないこと言っちゃいそうで。
良くないことって。
私、今回のこと誰もそんなに応援できないの。朝雲さんはさ、付き合い始めで不安なのはわかるよ。でも、だったら彼氏と話し合うべきで、中途半端に二人の仲を試そうとするのは違うと思う。
Right.
絶対。
The difference, though, and good on you, Anna. Good on you for coming up with this and actually stating it, right? She should not be testing the relationship in such sneaky ways. But let me take it a step further. The moment that you start going past what would be considered normal forms of communication within a relationship, is that healthy? Is that a relationship worth staying in? Say that you're in a relationship with someone, right? And they put a GPS tracker on you and they're like consistently checking in on you without you even knowing, right? How would you feel? Is that enough grounds for you to terminate that relationship with them? If you were to find that tracker and you were to see all the things that were happening. Chat. It's a couples app. It's a couples app. Yeah, there's some out there. I know there's some out there that threw out like there's apps and stuff to track people and whatnot, right? But that's sort of why I'm highlighting it. Is like there has to be clear boundaries and there has to be a clear definition as to what makes that a good and healthy relationship versus an unhealthy relationship. In that, likely, yes, I would be pissed. I would be pissed, Amethyst, 100%. I would be like,
それは彼氏の側の問題もあるんじゃないか。綾乃が悪いやつじゃないのは俺でもわかるけど、あれじゃ朝雲さんが不安になるのは
Then break up. If you're not okay, can't get my vein to pop out on this one. If you haven't established clear boundaries, right, and you don't trust your partner, and you're not communicating that with your partner, how is your partner at fault? How is that your partner's fault for not understanding that the actions or inactions that he's doing are making you uncomfortable? I love it because a lot of teenagers do think this way, right? And a lot of teenagers are going to go ahead and fall on one side or the other, right? But whenever you take a bigger look out, then you're like, wait a minute, has this even been communicated with him beforehand? Does he know that these actions are making her uncomfortable? Does he know that these certain things would make her nervous or so on and so forth? If they're not communicating very clearly, like, hey, these are my boundaries, this is what I'm okay with, not okay with. Hey, you know what? I'm uncomfortable when you're with your friend, right? I can tell that it feels as though she has a crush on you and it makes me uncomfortable. I would prefer if, like, you know, if you were to hang out with them, if we hung out as a group or, you know, so on and so forth, right? But if they're not able to communicate in that aspect, all of a sudden it's like, how does he know that he's fucking up if no one has told him, hey, you're fucking up in this relationship? And vice versa as well, right?
けど、朝雲さんって。
あのさ、それ以上はやめようよ。いや、その、柳さんには他の人を悪く言ってほしくないっていうか。ごめん、勝手に変なこと言って。
Based.
わかった。じゃあこれで最後ね。レモンちゃんは気持ちを全然隠しきれてないし、事故って言っちゃうくらいならもう1年早く言っとけばよかったんだよ。
お前がそれ言うか。
Well, because there was no need to at that time. Oftentimes we get into a position of stability where we are afraid of changing anything. Because what if, for example, what if Lemon were to tell him how she felt and then he rejects her? What would happen then? All of a sudden, Lemon-chan would start breaking down in that aspect, right? So a lot of people always want to go ahead and keep that level of complacency, of stability, even if it's not really stable or good in the long term, because for them change is scary, and then going through an aspect of change without any support is even scarier.
朝雲さんも綾野くんもほんと3人とも全員ダメダメなんだよ。はい、これで終わり。ここからはいい子の柳ちゃんです。だけどさ、
Exactly, Master King.
私はレモンちゃんの友達だから、きっと彼女と今話したらこう言っちゃうの。付き合っちゃえばいいじゃんって。取っちゃえばいいんだよ。朝雲さんが身を引いても構わないって言ってるんだから。
And I would counter that by saying, if he had actual feelings for her, why didn't he ever let those feelings be known to her? Is the only feelings that are popping up now because she confessed her love for him, so he feels as though now that's a stable choice that he's able to go to? And that thought never came across his mind because he automatically put her in the friend zone, thinking, oh yeah, this is, we're going to be friends forever, this will be fine, so on and so forth. But not until she confessed her love for him that all of a sudden he get these blush marks, and all of a sudden he was on the verge of running after her and all of these things, right? So it comes in the aspects, why weren't these thoughts or feelings there beforehand? Was it because it wasn't being prioritized before? Yeah, not everyone is brave to confess even when a situation calls it. Well, comes in the aspect, right? Like, if you have someone that you like, I guess I'll rephrase it this way. Hold on. How many of you guys have seen two friends that say that they're friends, right? But they were actively flirting with one another? It happened all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Where I've had more than a lot of friends who were like, oh, we're best friends. And like, they're always like tiptoeing that line of like, will they, won't they type thing. And you're like, come on, dude. We all see it. We all fucking see it, right? Yeah. And at times, sometimes they do have the happy ending when they man up and they say, hey, you know what? I like you. And they go out with one another. At times, though, and sometimes they all break off and they all go into their own separate ways. And, it is what it is. They were friends. They keep being friends, maybe, or sometimes they just break off completely. It is what it is. Life happens. However, the key aspect through that is understanding that someone has to take that approach when that flirtation and that aspect is happening. The moment that you start wavering after the fact that you get into a relationship and you start wavering, you're like, oh, okay, now this changes everything. Is that going to be a healthy relationship to go back into? If someone's able to wobble so much after already determining the roles that you were supposed to be set in, and it's already in a relationship and wobbles hard, how comfortable or how good of a relationship is that going to be if you were to go into a relationship, say with someone that you were flirting with, they got into a relationship, you were like, hey, I like you, and they started wobbling a little bit because they're like, oh my god, you said that. You go into that relationship, who's not to say that another person will come along and say the same things and make them wobble for them? Right? Make your structure that you think is solidified not really solid. Some people are just hoping that some people are just really staying complacent roles for that, Masters, where people expect that over a period of time, propinquity is magically going to turn that on and make you grow feelings for one another. Gamer Girl says, I've had a guy touch my thigh when he sat next to me and rubbed my back while we were watching a show. It didn't take me a few minutes of rubbing to start questioning, wait, this isn't a friend thing to do? Oh, no. Well, I hope you put down your boundaries, Gamer Girl, because, yeah, there are a lot of people that like to take advantage of that in-between zone, and that creates toxicity over a period of time. Anyway.
でもそんなこと。
レモンちゃんは望まないんだよね。納得はできないけど、それが正しいのは私にもわかるよ。
俺ちょっと散歩してこようかな。
こんな時間に？
なんか月も綺麗だし。
The moon is red.
ここに来た一本道。
The frenzy has begun.
神社があるんだよ。レモンちゃん、考え事をしたいときにそこに行くんだって。
別に焼き塩を探しに行くわけじゃないし。
じゃあ私が行こうかな。それでレモンちゃんを私みたいに悪い子にしてこよっか。
それは勘弁してくれ。
Oh.
私さ、二人の邪魔をするつもりなんてなかったんだよね。このまま友達として美月のそばにいることももう無理なのかな。
気持ちを知られた以上これまで通りってわけにはいかないだろうな。
美月のやつ、朝雲さんとの距離の取り方に迷ってる。
Based. Holy fucking based. Holy fucking based. Characters that actually understand boundaries. I think he's having trouble setting boundaries. Thank you, Lemon-chan. You reaffirmed what I've been saying.
こう、どこまで答えていいかとか、関係の深め方というか。
いや、でもお前、恋愛相談はともかく、そんな話は聞きたくないだろ。
私だって子供じゃないんだよ。二人は付き合ってるんだし、そういうのがあるってくらい。
これまで通りに友達続けてたら、同じようなことは起こると思うぞ。
分かってるよ。分かってるから、友達として美月の相談にも乗ってさ、私自身も現実を受け止めようと思ってたんだよ。ちゃんとできてると思ってた。でもね、可愛く見られたいって思っちゃったの。
Oh. Oh. Oof. Oof. I'll share this story with you guys. Had a situation similar in regards where, you know, will we, won't we type thing, in which like the boundary lines were getting crossed consistently. It was one of my first times over in the Netherlands. Started being friends with, I guess, a little bit of benefits, if we're going to call it that way, with this one individual, right? She was a very beautiful, amazing Swedish girl. Loved to go ahead and dance for some reason. You know, that was her whole thing. We became like dance partners, essentially, like for a lot of like salsa, Mexican music, so on and so forth, right? It was that will we, won't we type thing. Like, are we actually going to go into a relationship? Won't we get into a relationship? And like, it kept treading that line. It kept treading that line of will we, won't we, will we, won't we, will we, won't we. And then there came a moment, and I'm telling you guys this because I remember having this conversation and just going, oof, okay, no, right? Almost immediately, where it's like, we were sitting outside. There was a little courtyard area out of our dorms, right? It was like 2 a.m. Brady had just gone in from an all-night rager because it was like us and the guys, and like the guys had gone in. I had to stay out just to enjoy my drink before I went to bed. She comes out and she's like having a conversation with me, and she's being very open about it. It's one of those moments where you're having to talk, right? Like, hey, what is the stance in the thing? And I'm like, hey, well, it's up to you to, like, you know, how do you see this relationship going, right? Do we stay as friends? Not like, you know, where is this going? And then she's like, you know, and I still remember this because I was like, oof. She's like, I would date you. Well, she's like 100%. Like, we could be a thing. But, and this is the big but, your life would be a living hell because my parents don't like. And then she's like, you know, darker colored individuals. I was like, oh. And she's like, but you're wonderful to dance with. You're great to be with and flirt with and do all of these things. I'm like, oh, well, hold on. Because, like, you're a sweetheart to deal with. Oh. Bruh, I know. Oh boy, at least she understood that aspect. Oh, I know. I had met their parents too, and they thought I was like funny, and I was like, wait a minute, were they laughing at like? There's always that second intent, right? Where it's like, are they laughing at your jokes because they were genuinely funny, or are they laughing at your jokes because they're like, yes, little Mexican boy, be our gesture. Funny until you're dating, right? Exactly. So it became one of those things where it was like, ew, like how do we cross these barriers? And we just remained as friends, phenomenal friend, right? In that aspect, but nonetheless, it was still like that will we won't we thing, right? Until that certain boundary, that certain line came to be, and for me, that's an automatically are more common. Yeah, they're where she's amazing. She got along with everyone, right, in all regards. But she was just very straight up. She's like, the past boyfriend that she had that was of darker skin left the relationship because of the harassment and the stuff that was coming from those parents. Yeah, and I was like, hey, you know what? It is what it is. I appreciate you bringing that up. That's a very interesting discussion to have. But nonetheless, it's like, and it wasn't the only one, but it was one that I remember looking at and being like, damn, right? It is what it is. Have you guys encountered anything like that? Not necessarily to that degree, but maybe an instance where you guys vibed, you guys got along so well, there was 1,001 things going in your direction, and then all of a sudden, one thing threw off that relationship off to a completely different sector. And then Swedish food straight up. Also, Swedish taco night, real quick. What is it, Taco Fridays? Or if I remember, she got mad because I heard taco night, and I started making some carne asada tacos, and she's like, those aren't tacos, these are tacos. And they were like hard-shelled tacos that you would find like at Taco Bell. Like, and I was like, those aren't tacos. That's like Taco Bell stuff. Anyway, sorry guys. I just random memory flew in, and I was like, wait, I have to say this because I was like, wait, hard.
最初は本当に相談に乗るだけって思ってたの。だけど、いざ美月に会うとなったらすごく楽しみで、ずっとこれが続けばいいとか。
Yeah, complacency.
それでね、一度だけ私すごい悪いこと考えちゃったの。
うん。
もしこのまま二人が別れたらって。そんなひどいこと考えちゃって。
レモンちゃん。
美月が私を頼りにしてくれて。なのに私悪い子だ。ごめん。
Literally, pain, relationship dissolution, relationship dissolution is breakups, right? Any form of breakups don't have to be romantic, can be platonic, can cause us physical pain, 110%. It can be a physical pain that comes through with us, and I think we've all experienced, like, I've had my really, really horrible breakup, and I think a lot of people have had like one or two experiences of like a breakup, pain, relationship that didn't form, that like absolutely hurt, happened to them. How do we heal from this, chat? We talk it out, and we talk it out with people that are willing to go ahead and be there for us, and people that are willing to go ahead and also correct our cognitive distortions. I'll share this story with you guys, and I know that he doesn't mind that I share it, about our good friend Brady, who's also a therapist, who goes by Euro Brady on YouTube. Love the guy. He got broken up, and he's the most recent like major breakup that I can share in terms of this regard of a friend. On his way back to the States for just a little bit, his plans were to move in with his partner in Portugal during that period of time, and they broke up with him as he was boarding the plane to come back to the States. I want you guys to conceptualize this during that period of time. I think it was one of the last few days there, or the day of, if I remember correctly. Imagine making plans. Imagine having all of these things that, like, you know, you have planned ready that, like, hey, I'm only going to be in the States for 1 or 2 months, and then I'm going to go ahead and head out, go live in another country with your partner and set up work and do 1,001 things. And all of a sudden, you know, as soon as you board the plane, you know, or as you're boarding the plane, they tell you, hey, yeah, no, we need to go ahead and separate. We will, like, just through a call or through a text message or whatever. Imagine that layer of pain of, like, all your dreams, your you know, your future plans, your dissolution, like everything that you were planning for the future just automatically just cut up and torn away. And that this was a multi-year long relationship, by the way. That is rough. And I remember hearing Brady out, you know, because, like, we got in touch with Brady and I got in touch, and he's like, hey, this and that. We were playing Destiny, like, together, and, like, he's going through his feels, he's playing the game. We would stop, we would talk, and I was like, hey man, just remember, like, this and that. It's like, hey man, let's get you, like, you know, let's bring up that persona back. Hey, why don't you move over to Arizona? Hey, let's do this, right? Because ultimately we need that support structure. And now he's a thriving guy. Like, I love my man, I love my best friend. Speaking of which, I need to outreach him because we're going to be in the Netherlands at the same time. But nonetheless, and I remember him saying this. It's like it was like a physical pain that ultimately altered him for a bit. He was going through, like, you could see the pain that it was causing him, right? Destiny was so great. Yeah, Destiny was wonderful in that regard, right? And the main aspect is, how do you heal from that? Well, you start understanding that, like, number one, you can't control the past, right? The past is already done. But what you can control is what you do with that in the future, right? And how you want to go ahead and start shaping your future. Are you going to let this pain soul you down and take you down to the deepest, darkest depths possible? Or are you going to come out of it and say, hey, you know what? You have full control over your destiny. And as therapists, as psychologists, one of the key things that we focus on is how do you have that control over yourself? The only thing that you can control are your emotions and yourself, ultimately, right? So him gaining that control and that aspect of self, just as the same way as with my really, really bad breakup, right, is understanding that we can shape our future how we want it to go ahead and be. And that's a huge thing that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with the aspect of, like, they mourn the things that were meant to come that never came, right? But they stay in that mourning period without taking that next step forward of the process of healing. Same thing that I'm seeing here with Lemon Chun is, I hope that with this, you know, letting stuff out, having our main character here, that she's able to go ahead and start that process of healing, slowly but surely. Sorry guys, long little rant there.
本当にお世話になりました。いえいえ、こちらこそ。ねえ、ぬくみずくん、その T シャツって私のだけど、サイズ大丈夫そうでよかった。
Hey yo!
これ焼き塩のなの？マジで脱ぐ？
予備のやつだし気にしないでよ。それ昨日ヤナちゃんに貸そうとしてサイズが。レモンちゃん！それ言わないでって。もっと言わないで。
これ、ヤナミが着ようとして入らなかったやつか。
Anna giving those jealous eyes, right?
なんかうまくいったみたいじゃない。
俺は大したことはして。結局俺たちは見てることしかできませんし。それはそうだ。離れてくれません。
あら、私相手でも照れてくれるの？お姉さん嬉しいの。
The fucking little gremlin just staring back at you. Oh no!
セクハラ。
待ってくれ。セクハラされたのは俺の方なんだが。
みんな来てくれてありがとう。また学校でね。
レモンはいい友達を持ったね。
ですかね。文芸部の女子は一種独特というか、悪い意味で物おじしないというか。
おや、私はぬくみずくんのことを言ったつもりだけど。
あのさ、ぬっくん、私ちゃんと話をするよ。美月と浅雲さんに。
I swear, brother, that forehead is like a fucking 5. But hold on. That's 4 of my fingers, brothers. That's 4 of my fingers. Holy shit. Holy shit. Granted, I have a big monitor, but God. Lemon has cojones. Yeah, no, straight up, Lemon does. Confrontation is never...
2人だけで会うのは初めてですね。どうして？焼き塩さん、私とお話ししてくれませんか？あなたのことが知りたいんです。私も。さあ、どうぞ焼き塩さん。ありがとう、朝雲さん。どういたしまして。朝雲さん、ちょっとだけ待ってください。朝雲さん、ちょっとだけ待ってください。朝雲さん、ちょっとだけ待ってください。
What the fuck? Oh, no! She's throwing away her GPS tracker in this. Yeah, because it becomes too obvious, but also, how did you find them? Oh no! Oh no! Did she plant a tracker on Lemon? I wouldn't fucking doubt it at this point. I think that single tracker is probably tracking multiple people all at once. God damn.
最後に1回だけ約束を破りました。お？これで本当におしまいにしようと。ぬくみずさんには秘密にしてくださいね。
A high school girl came in the room I'm renting, but the food expenses are so high I can't take it. The Galactic Emperor's daughter wants to live a polite life. The discovery of the father's illegitimate child leads to a family meeting that involves the entire galaxy. The most popular girl in class is sending me super chats. That idol-like girl is one of my followers. Oh no! Oh no! Why would I actually watch these? Wait a minute. Why would I actually watch this? Especially the most popular girl in class is sending me super chats. That's fucking wild, brother. The third book is bootleg Warhammer 40k. I would read the left one. Yeah, yeah.
お待たせぬっくん。
役所、お前そ。
Ah, it doesn't show us which one he was going for. Damn. Damn.
お待たせぬっくん。
役所、お前その格好。
さっきまで走ってたからね。
いや、これから綾乃と会うんだろ。
いいんだって、いつも通りの私でさ。
It's always good when you have people that like know your interest and you know what you like, and you know they're like, hey, I know that I'd meet you here, so on and so forth. Yesterday I was with a group of friends and they were all like, hey, you know what, we're really stepping into the world of anime and we're really liking 100 Girlfriends, and they were talking about all these anime that are a little bit ecchi, and I was like, oh cool, like I'm glad you guys are stepping into like different genres rather than just like magical girls or you know, or what is it, shoujo, whatever the other ones are. I was like, cool, there's a wide variety of things to pick from. They're like, Edgar, could you pick one? I bet you we can handle it. So I put on Gushing Over Magical Girls and I watched these 3-4 girls all turn red and literally hold blankets up to their face of just like, what the fuck? And they're just like bright red. And I'm like, well, you guys said you guys could handle it. This ain't that. I'm like, in the grand scale of things, this is teetering that line, but it's still there. It's great. It was great.
ありがとね、ついてきてくれて。
じゃああとは。
あとは私一人で大丈夫だから、ぬっくんはここで待っててよ。
やっぱり帰りも送るのか。
それじゃ決着つけてくれ。
今更だけど、これって不法侵入にならないのか？
It's only trespassing if you get caught. Yep.
みつき、来てくれてありがとう。
いや、俺の方こそ。
懐かしいよね。何円分だ。これってこんなに小さかったかな。
こんなもんだと思うぞ。多分高学年の頃はもうこれじゃ遊んでなかったんだよ。
私がみつきに最初に話しかけた時のことって覚えてる？
小2の時だっけ？お前がブランコから飛んで足を怪我した時だろ？
覚えてたんだ。
そりゃそうだよ。読書に勤しんでる真面目な俺にクラスのガキ大将が絡んできたんだ。普通なトラウマもんだ。
そういう認識？怪我をしたかわいそうな女の子と並んで本を読んだ綺麗な思い出じゃなくて？
お前すぐに飽きるから俺が本の内容を説明する羽目になったよな。
私さ、本とかすぐ眠くなっちゃうけど、みつきがお話ししてくれるとなんか聞いてられるんだよね。
ああ。
だから足が治っても一緒にいたんだよ。
Oh.
ほんと懐かしいね。
ああ、もう8年も経ったんだな。
中2の時、私がツアブ機構を目指すって言ったら、みんな冗談だと思って相手にしてくれなくてさ。ひどくない？
当時のお前の成績じゃ誰だってそう思うだろ
みつきは笑わなかったじゃん。
う。無理だとは思ってたぞ。
それならみつきはなんで手伝ってくれたの？
お前、諏訪吹に行きたい理由を言ってくれただろ。一族に学者や弁護士とか多くて、自分一人が勉強できないからコンプレックスだって。
よく覚えてるね。でもね、それだけじゃないよ。みつきと一緒の学校に行きたかったの。
レモン。
私正直に言ったよ。みつきも正直に言って。
Damn. Damn.
俺もレモンと一緒の学校に通いたかったんだ。レモンさ、中学に入ってからどんどん目立ち始めただろ。人気者でいつも友達に囲まれてて、俺にはすごく眩しくって、レモンが遠くに行ったような気がしてたんだ。
Did you communicate that with her? Or did you let your feelings both start drifting away? Oh, bro, the fact that this is too real. This is too fucking real. This is too fucking real, guys. Like all of a sudden it's yeah.
だから頼ってもらえたのが嬉しかったんだ。
私のことそんな風に思ってくれてたんだ。
あの時の俺は自分の気持ちとかそんなの全然わからなくてさ。だけど今なら
私が代わりに言ってあげるよ。みつき、私のこと好きだったんだね。
俺これまでそういうのが全然わからなくてさ。でも千早と付き合い始めて、これが誰かを好きって気持ちなんだなって分かって。
嬉しいな。うん、本当に嬉しい。
でも俺
Fuck. 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 Right place, wrong time. No, it happens. It fucking happens, right? Where you might develop these feelings and you might be questioning so on and so forth, but you guys are on different pages altogether. Yeah. I'm sure that must hit like a ton of bricks as well, where it's like, hey, I've always had these feelings for you. Apparently you had these feelings for me, but we never said anything. So we kept moving and evolving, and now you have a girlfriend, and now you're saying that you now know what these feelings are because of your girlfriend. Yeah, the moon coming out, it's all revealing.
だってさ、こんなに幸せなことがある？好きな人が自分のことを好きだって。
Did like you.
それだけで私は十分幸せだよ。
Oh.
ねえ、朝雲さんのどんなとこ
And
ろ
then time stalls again. Oh.
言ってもいいのか？
今さらじゃん。
俺将来本に関わる仕事に就きたくてさ、東京の大学に行って4年間のうちにできるだけのことを積み上げたいと思うんだ。
ひょっとして朝雲さんも？
ああ、
すごいね、二人。
90 something percentage of high school relationships end in failure. I get it. Sometimes you start planning out your life with the person that you're dating with in high school. Don't even get me wrong, right? Don't even get me wrong, right? But I'm like looking at this and I'm like, oh, my man. Shared dreams can be powerful. Yeah, they can be. But here comes the big but. How many of you guys had a shared dream of future with someone and then you guys broke up? Majority of people. And unfortunately, it's because a lot of us think that a shared dream for the future, a bond for the future is what will carry us now. Instead of a bond for now can carry us into the future, right? I.e., setting and correcting things now is going to go ahead and help you guys maintain that and reach your goals in the future. But a lot of couples and a lot of people always think bigger. A big goal in the future is what will keep us and get us through the tough spots nowadays, right? I was looking into wedding rings when it happened to me. I'm not even going to die. I've been there, brothers. And sisters. I've been there. It's talk about pain, right?
二人とももうそこまで考えてるんだ。
俺にとってはレモンの方がすご
I
い。
learned.
ねえ、あの星すごく明るくない？北極星？
明るいなら夏の大三角形かな。ほら、大きな星が三角の形に並んでるだろ。
一つしか見つかんないや。みつき、朝雲さんを離しちゃダメだよ。みつきにはあの子が必要なんだから。
Oof.
あ、
やっぱ猫だな。
That's
みつきにはあの子が必要なんだから。
Is she though? Is she the type of girl that he needs though? But also, this conversation of them, it's more of a conversation of letting go, if we're being honest about it, right? Both of them getting that closure that they need, right? Both of them getting that closure that they need. But is it really fully closed? And I don't think so. And here's where I'm going to go ahead and throw this out. And unfortunately, I keep bringing this up as an example, but it's because I've had a lot of the high school kids that have come through for group therapy. They share their stories. And out of the 50 kids that come in for group therapy, how many relationships do you think all 50 of them have been in? Because I can count. Like individually, how many relationships in the past year or 2 years do you guys think that they have been in? Any wild guesses? And chat goes silent. You can hear anywhere from 2 to 6. Yeah, anywhere from 2 to 6. And the only reason why I'm counting at 2 is because some of these individuals would get into a relationship, break up, and then try and go with something with their ex. Right? So I don't know if whether to count that as a new relationship or count that as an old relationship that just continued on, right? Per person. And so a big reason for this and a big reason why I'm highlighting this is whenever it comes to a situation like this, let's say that for some reason this relationship doesn't work out for him. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? If this relationship with this girl doesn't work out for him, what realistically would happen, chat? No. 2 to 6 per person, brother Koa. not just 2 to 6 out of the 50. It's 2 to 6 per person. Yeah. So it would probably be an aspect of trying to go ahead and re-ping, right? A lot of people, in psychology, we call this pinging, right? Which is, we do this all the fucking time, right? Where we ping the other side to see if there's interest. So more than likely, he would try to re-ping Lemon and see if there's anything there and see if there's a chance for him to get in. Not necessarily because this is going to be the end-all, be-all of love, but because sometimes you need to go ahead and feel validated and cared for. So you have a lot of people that go into this endless cycles of relationships or trying to go in and find someone that would just make them feel good so that they don't end up feeling pain. A lot of people are afraid of processing and accepting pain and accepting fault, right? Anyway.
やっぱ猫だな。逃げ出した猫が校庭に入り込んだ。言い訳はそれで決まりだ。名前はニャルコあたりか。
ぬくみず、どうしてここに？
夜も遅いから焼き酒を送ることになってるんだ。焼き酒はまだ中か。
ああ、少し一人になりたいみたいだ。千早から聞いたけど、柳さんのこと好きだっての嘘なんだよな。
そういや、そんな設定もあったな。
まあいいやつだな。友達のためだからってなかなかここまで。
Hi Roxy, how you doing?
焼き塩のことなら俺たち友達ってわけじゃ。考
えすぎだって。俺とぬくみずもいつの間にか友達になってただろ。
俺たち友達なんだ。
マジで？俺ちょっと泣きそうなんだけど。
人がセンチな気分に浸ってるのに二人して何やってるの？
男同士の話さ。ね、ぬくみず。
A little bro talk.
まあそんなとこだ。
じゃあちゃんとぬくみずに送ってもらえよ。
見つけこそ夜道が怖くて泣いちゃダメだよ。
綾乃、
どうした？
今日くらいさ、ちゃんと送ってあげたらどうだ？
だけど
焼き塩、俺ちょっと用事があるから綾乃に送ってもらってくれ。じゃあ綾乃、あとは任せた。
He's like, I don't want to interfere. Y'all might still need more to talk about. Let's be real about it. I got a dip. Fair. What a Chad. Understands it.
夜道は危ないからさ。家まで送らせてくれないか
？Isn't Japan like one of the safest places in the world? Like, I think I've seen enough of the Shibuya meltdowns to know that, like, people won't really mess with you in some places. Not according to, yes, but no.
夜道は危ないからさ。家まで送らせてくれないか？
ねえ、みつき。
なんだ？
好きだよ、みつき。
Oof. Oof. Oof.
何さ。
いや。ありがとう。嬉しいよ。
Oof.
一つだけわがまま言っていい？
わがまま？
うん。朝雲さんにも内緒で一つだけ。最初で最後のわが。
Ah! Ah! You say that. You say that, but this leaves the door wide open. If he doesn't put his boundaries down right now, this is leaving the door wide fucking open. Lemon-chan, please, please, please. Please, Lemon-chan. This is a foot in the door. Yeah, foot in the door, slapping the wall. That's gonna be forever just a fucking quote. You know what? I'm gonna put that in a t-shirt, right? Foot in the door, slapping the balls, and we'll just put it in the back. Don't give her hope. Well, no, it's like you need to go ahead and have these boundaries perfectly set, so that way people don't like misconstrue things, right? And even from that, I hate to put it this way, but okay, we're walking together and you hold my hand and we're holding hands. What does that mean? Hey, there's still something there, right? Oh, I'll sell that t-shirt. The clinging on to hope, even just a little thread. The first and last time. The other side of a happy ending. Lemon. Yeah, still unsure how to feel about this. Ed, any idea? No, I'm not happy with this. I'm not. I'm not because, yes, they were talking and it seemed like it was closure, but it wasn't. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this because at the end of the day, this just leads for feelings to remain unresolved, and boundaries are not being respected again. Right? Like he isn't setting certain boundaries, so they're still living that door just a little bit open for if something were to happen in the future, they're both able to reconnect. Even past that, yeah, she's leaving him an escape route. Even past that, comes in my main question or regard with this. How do you think he's going to react if she were to get in a relationship? How would he react if she were to get into a relationship? Would he do similar things like this, and would she be okay with it? Oh man, this is not sitting. This little aspect there is like, oh, you both need some boundary training. You already said like, hey, go be happy with that girl, and I get it. You're like for the first and last time, but no, that's a foot in the door. That is a foot in the door. And there's still 4 minutes left. What's left to come? Wait a minute, chat. All right, let's see. 4 minutes left. Let's see.
もうお出かけですか、お兄様。
Hey
ラッ
yo!
キーだからな。遅刻すると目立つし。
はい、お兄様、そのままです。
お
前を見てじっとしててください。
お
いってらっしゃい、お兄様。
What? Wait, what did you do? Did you just like do a limpia on me? Did you just like get an egg and like take all the bad vibes or some shit?
見てじっとしててください。
お
いってらっしゃい、お兄様。
I don't know the symbolism behind that. It's a ritual for good luck. Oh, okay. Oh, what a cutie. What a cutie then. Okay, I was scared.
おはようございます、温水さん。
どうもおはよ
いろいろとありましたけど、美月さんともレモンさんともちゃんと話ができました。
う。それならよかった。前から聞こうと思ってたんだけど。
何ですか？
GPS のこと。あれってやっぱり歴史にも仕掛けていたのか。
温水さんご存知でしたか？発信機に組み込める電池は持って数日といった。
She fucking wow. Wow. Wow.
ところなんです。機能を失った装置は果たして何と呼べばいいのでしょう。発信機？それともただのガラクタ？
なんか朝雲さん、塾で見かけた印象。
His eyes. I know, I'm like.
私、こう見えて悪い子なんです。
It's not that you're a bad girl, it's that you're a fucking stalker. There's a big difference. You can have all the feelings, all the emotions. But once you start putting GPS, it's like the guys that are putting GPS trackers on the Pokemon restalkers that go to Walmart and shit. Like, guys, what the fuck? Like, that sounds bad, Ed. Love her character, but her actions. Right.
おはよう、中水。
おはよう、綾野。あの二人どうなってるんだ？
俺もわからないけど、やたらと意気投合したみたいでさ、俺の昔の恥ずかしい話とか、早くも千早に筒抜けなんだ。正直参るよ。
Oh.
それはよかった。次からは俺を巻き込まずに頼む。
SNS で匂わせやりすぎて私に彼氏ができたって噂になってるの。それで今度集まるとき連れてこいって。
普通に否定すればいいじゃん。
Yeah, just say no.
いやいや、あんだけ匂わせたんだよ。このタイミングで彼氏いませんとか言ったら、やらにまた彼氏に振られたのかってなんないん。
袴田は彼氏じゃなかったろ。
それで私考えたんだけど、代役を
Mm.
立てるのはどうだろうって。
代役って。
Where are you going with this? Wait.
でさ、ぬくみずくんに頼みがあるの。あのね、ぬくみずくん。
Can you find someone to be my boyfriend? Ain't no way. Ain't no way she's gonna ask him to be her fake boyfriend. She's probably gonna ask him to find them someone to try and be her boyfriend. There ain't no way.
迷惑かもしれないけど。
Or she's gonna laugh in your face. One or the other.
綾野くんを借りてきて。
Ah! Oh no, brother. Oh no, brother.
くれないかな。綾野くんを借りてきてくれないかな。綾野くんを借りてきてくれないかな。彼、見た目がいいし優等生だから適任じゃないかなって。うんしゃ。
He's just used to the bullshit. Oh. Just strategist. Just these strategists. Welcome on in. Thanks so much for the sub. This ending's amazing. Cool. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. episode number 7, which puts us 5 episodes away from the ending. Holy crap. What an amazing episode to just go over and touch on overall with, like, you know, first off trying to find closure, but not really finding closure altogether. I am scared as to where this is gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared that if we're touching on all these themes, all these different stories. Oh, and I got notification here. Just wondering something that you think about the fact that the first girl in a romance won 99% of the time. Basically, Anna is likely to win the race. Do you think that kills all interest for a romance or anime or not? Not necessarily. For me, what I find interesting in a romance anime isn't necessarily who wins, but it's how we get there. It's how we get to the winner, right? It's how do people start like weeding themselves off, or how does the main character make their selection? That's sort of what interests me more. Even if we're seeing blaring red flags, it's like, okay, what leads our main character to make this point in time their choice? Even if it's like like let's say Anna were to win, right? Which I have nothing against Anna, right? But it's like, okay, how does Anna improve as a character or not? Maybe they decline to get to a point in time where they get chosen. I'll be honest, this race is getting a little too tight for me. So I'm gonna throw up a poll right now. Guys, who do you think should win in this? Anna, who wins in your book? Anna, Lemon, or Gremlin? I like how I have to say Gremlin and you guys already know. Like in your book, who should win and why? We'll throw up the poll right now. Boom. Who wins? Wait, is the poll not active? Wow. Okay. Hold on. Boom. There we go. Who would win, ladies and gentlemen? Anna, Lemon, or Gremlin? And in your voice, your choice, or whatever, right? For you, right? For you. Oh shit! Gremlin taking a huge fucking 2-point lead here. 3-point lead here. Everyone has different expectations, but what I find the most interesting is, for example, like let's say that Gremlin were to win. How is Lemon going to be eliminated from this, and why? Right? Like, how is she going to be just put into a friend zone, or is she going to come to the conclusion like, hey, you know what? Maybe Nuku isn't her love interest for her in that regard. Maybe it's just an aspect of like, hey, I have to go and take a step back. And that for me says everything, right? About like what a good romance anime is. We're already getting signs that he is leaning towards Anna. Yeah. He's getting used to her crap. Actually, when that's the name of the student. I'm a gremlin supremacist, though. I'm pretty sure her chances aren't the best. Yeah, I'm pretty sure her chances aren't the best necessarily. All right, let's see how many calories she ate. But I want to start off by saying this. Hi, if you're viewing this, there might be a poll going on in Discord to choose what the next games are. I believe Cough Me and Crates are working hard at it, and they should be up tomorrow. Right? It's the poll should be live tomorrow, I think. You forgot the harem. Yeah, the harem ending possibility. I mean, harem endings are possible only if you have good communication, which, let's be honest, the characters don't. The characters struggle. All right, let's see. How many calories did she eat? I don't think she ate a lot this episode, but let's find out. Oh, it's not bad. 323 calories ain't bad. The polls are going to last. The first poll to bring everything down to 10 will last till Friday. And then Friday's poll will last until the day when I come back from the Netherlands, which would run from the 23rd through the 6th. That's a 2-week poll, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Overall, fantastic episode. It is 2:24 where I'm at. Should we start episode 8? What do you guys think? See how far we go? No. Okay, so tomorrow's poll runs from the 18th through the 23rd, and then the final poll would run from the 23rd through the 6th. I think I have time. I think I have a little bit of time. That way I can go ahead and get through it. Alrighty, YouTube. We'll see you in the next one.